Absolute advantage. In today's times, it is vital for businesses and even nations to be able to use resources efficiently. Through this, a company or a country will have an absolute advantage. In this video, we'll talk about the concept of absolute advantage coined by Adam Smith. So watch this video until the end.
Hello guys, this is Shweta and welcome to the world of WallStreetMojo.
What is the absolute advantage? The father of economics, Adam Smith, spoke about absolute advantage in one of his works. He said that for a country to become wealthy, it must specialize in producing goods it had an absolute advantage in and should engage in free trade with other countries for those goods. Absolute advantage is an economic term that describes a party's higher output capacity than competitors. To put it in simpler terms, a country or even a company would have an absolute advantage if they can produce a good by consuming fewer resources. It has an absolute advantage over competitors because it can efficiently use raw materials to produce the same item. Assumptions of absolute advantage theory. This concept of absolute advantage is based on several assumptions, including perfect competition and full employment of resources. Perfect competition refers to a market where all producers have access to the same resources and technology and are free to enter and exit the market. Total employment of resources means that all resources, including labor and capital, are being utilized to their maximum potential. Additionally, the concept assumes that there are no barriers to trade, such as tariffs or transportation costs, and would prevent countries from engaging in international trade. Example, to illustrate the concept of absolute advantage, let's consider two countries, country A and country B, producing two goods, apples and oranges. Suppose country A can produce 100 units of apples with only 10 units of resources, while country B requires 15 units of resources to produce the same 100 units. In that case, country A has an absolute advantage in the production of apples. The same can be said if country A can produce 100 units of oranges with only 5 units of resources, while country B requires 8 units of resources to produce the same 100 units of oranges. Instead of production by countries, these illustrations can be applied to companies too, and we can figure out which country has an absolute advantage in particular sectors. Criticisms. Even though the theory of absolute advantage is widely followed, it still has several criticisms. Critics argue that the assumption of perfect competition and full employment of resources are unrealistic in the real world, and the concept fails to account for other important factors such as labor conditions, environmental costs, and the impact of trade on the local economy. Additionally, it has been argued that the concept of absolute advantage can be misleading in practice, as it may only sometimes accurately reflect the actual benefits of trade. So with this, we'll wrap up this quick video on absolute advantage, and we hope you learned a few things. We regularly keep coming up with finance-related content, so subscribe to this channel if you want to learn interesting stuff every now and then. Before you leave, don't forget to give this video a like and maybe even share it with others. We'll see you in the next one.